Ladies and gents, thank you for joining us again on the latest and greatest installment of your new favorite gaming podcast, Dueling Joysticks. As always, I am 1/4 of your hosting crew. My name is Heath.
This is Justin.
This is Sam.
And this is Sean.
And we're here to talk about video games. What have you guys been playing? Justin, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Mass Effect lately. Mass Effect 2, I should say.
How are you liking it?
I fucking love it. It's so much better than Mass Effect 1.
Do you guys play Mass Effect?
Oh,
Yeah, how long ago did that game come out?
It's
Mass
been
Effect
it's
2.
been years. It's been a long time. It's an older game, but I mean, it's still really fucking fun.
So what do you like about it?
I love the story about it. It's really good.
You started playing this right after 1, right?
I never finished 1. I started playing 1, and I got tired of the jankiness of it. It's just the controls, the mechanics of it. It was
The
all
Mako.
so shitty.
The
Just-
Mako.
Just
Did
so
they
so
ever
shitty.
bring the Mako back?
Yeah, they're bringing it back for Andromeda.
I don't think it was there in 2 though,
2,
right?
Yeah, what's the
why'd they-
Mako? I don't know what that is.
That's the one. It's the tank thing that you had to
You never-
explore planets on in the first one.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the
Yeah.
fucking like levitating tank, and you're like, what? And it was just like weird and janky
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah, that's right. We there is 1 and 2. It's just it's not necessary to use.
Is there?
Yeah, it's just side missions that you can do with it.
I think that's all it was in 1 too.
No, in 1 you kind of always had to be with it.
Yeah,
Because
it
there
was
were missions you had to go explore this, like get to a little sector on a planet, and you had to use it to go there.
Oh.
And it was just
Because I don't really
fucking
remember.
stupid. And like getting out of it was dumb. It was just like, oh, press E. Oh, now you're out of it.
Yeah. You just appear out of it with your crew. Like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever. I think, there was a cool thing they did with it, though, in Mass Effect 1, where it was like one planet had like a dune worm that you had to like fight with it, or unless I'm...
Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay, yeah.
I did
That was
one.
cool. I like that part. It was like actually like felt somewhat useful, but it's like that was one part about it that I actually enjoyed using the Mako for. Everything else was just like, cool, I get to like off-road this fucking planet when I could just, teleport to the objective or close to it.
Or fly on your spaceship.
Yeah.
Like
what? Who's your favorite character in Mass Effect 2 so far?
So far it's Jack.
Jack?
Jack's
What
my-
the fuck?
That's the
fucking
psychic
crazy.
girl, right?
Yeah, she's insane.
With all the
Oh.
tattoos?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were talking about that one guy. I was
No,
like,
no,
what?
no,
That
he's-
guy has no personality. He's just
Yeah.
like a soldier.
He's
That's
a sol-
it.
yeah, he's boring.
Like,
No.
fucking what?
I like Jack. She runs around and she's just my fucking wrecking crew. I love it. It's awesome. She has
Cool.
all the psychic
she's
ability.
like
her storyline's
adept,
fucking
right?
Yeah.
Or isn't it?
Yeah, no,
it's called
she's
something
she's an
else.
adept. I
So
think.
you're a Sinead O'Connor fan.
I'm sorry.
Sinead O'Connor?
Isn't that the Gaelic singer?
Yeah.
Okay. I know
Like,
who you're
she
talking
looks
about.
exactly like her almost.
Oh, really?
Like bald and stuff. Yeah, she like shaved her head because it was like a feminist movement or something. I don't remember. It was
Oh.
like back in the 90s.
Okay.
I guess it's over your guys' head,
Yeah,
youngsters.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, she's a fucking crazy powerhouse wrecking crew, and her story is insane. Like, it's so sad. It really wraps you up because she was just fucking tortured and experimented on through her entire life, and she was like invented.
What's everybody else's
Excellent.
favorite? What's everybody else's favorite character from Mass Effect 2?
I like my character. My character had a great ass.
Who's your favorite character? Me.
Yeah, that's a Sean answer right there.
I like Garrus, but I've liked Garrus through all of them. He's just
Everybody
like,
likes
yeah,
Garrus.
dude, he's
Garrus
just
is cool.
fucking cool guy. He's
You
like,
just want to hang
he's like
out
the
with him, but
everyman.
he's like, oh, I got to check these specs again for the 1000th time, aka get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of talking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, though.
I take my answer back. I like the Shadow Broker
Oh,
because he sold me stuff that you couldn't get anywhere.
what was that,
else.
Michael Douglas, voiced by that guy? Or no, the Shadow
Was it-
Broker's the DLC guy. Yeah, I never played that.
I haven't met him yet.
No, it's in the first one, I think.
I didn't play through the first
No,
one. I
it's-
played like
the
half
Shadow
of it and
Broker was the
stopped.
Really?
second one.
Oh, you know what? My favorite
he's in
race.
Yeah, he's the second one.
The like worm neck looking dudes. No, it's like his neck is like just a
The Doctor?
flattened worm, and then it like goes up like this.
What?
It has like the two eyeballs. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I thought you were
And
going
they
to
talk
say.
really slow. They're like, "Hello there, Commander."
And they're really big?
Yeah, they look like elephants.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, the guys that like they always make the joke of like these guys are doing a play on Romeo or something,
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet. And it's like,
Yeah.
where art thou? For me, I would have to say, all I can think of are the ones that you guys mentioned so far. I can't remember anybody else right now. And Miranda, because that booty.
I
Can't get that out of my head.
Yeah, she's a bitch though.
Yeah. But I mean, she can be. I mean, whatever. Let's see. Fuck, I can't think of anything.
I know.
I can't think of anybody else.
I feel like I'd have to play that game over again to like get into the characters. Cause
It has been a long time. I'm playing it now. That's the only reason I'm really into it.
Yeah, I'd probably say that maybe that doctor guy, because he always had like really good quips when somebody would like
Oh,
question
yeah.
his authority.
yeah. What's his name?
Morris?
Moradin, I think, right?
Morden?
Morden.
Morgan?
Mordis Morgan. That's his first and last name.
Yeah, he was cool because like he was smart and nice, but if you like try to be all renegade with him, he'd give you like a quip and like fucking put you in your place, and you're like, oh shit, I'm stupid. It's like, yeah, you are compared to that species. Renegade options in that game were amazing though.
Yeah, I'm kind of
That reporter one where she's like, what is your thoughts on this, thing that you instigated? You brought down this thing and you brought the Reapers upon us by taking down, what's his face? You don't have to say anything, you just walk up Cole Cocker in the face.
like, really?
Yeah, I remember that being part of it.
See, I've been going through this entire one just kind of playing how I see fit. I'm not trying to go either.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then I was like, I gotta try and go.
The thing that sucks about doing that sometimes though is that you miss out on like the polar extremes of either one.
Yeah, you do.
But it's like the first time I play through it, I want to like, be immersed in it and be like, I'm the one doing this, so it's like I'm doing what I would do. And then the second time you're just like, let's see how crazy this game can get. And you're just like, I'm gonna be fucking, some action hero in like a fucking Steven Seagal movie, just walking around with cold cocking reporters and shit.
It's a lot cooler playing a renegade. You get a lot cooler options.
Yeah. I know. I remember that. It's pretty neat, and also the fact that your face kind of gets all fucked up the more like renegade things you do.
Yeah, it's like you get all red and glowing.
Yeah, it's like you like your skin starts like separate and all this shit.
Weird.
Well, there's a thing that you can build that lets you get rid of the scars from your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I built that.
Oh, okay.
Because they were there and they were bugging me. And I was like, I want this gone now.
It's like depending on like how Paragon you are, they were blue, and Renegade's like red. And it's like if you wanted to like get all full Sith, be like, yeah, I got like the red neon light coming on my face, baby.
Wait, so they didn't get rid of the Mako completely, did they?
They did for Mass Effect 3, or that whatever that game wasn't part of Mass Effect in my mind.
The one that Sam doesn't acknowledge.
Nope, Mass Effect 2 had the perfect
playing
ending.
2.
It ended of 2.
I haven't beat 2 yet or played 3.
But you haven't ran into a Mako?
No, I said, in 2 there is a version of it, but you don't necessarily need to use it. It's just for random side missions.
Are you playing like the DLC, or because I don't remember it in like the original Mass Effect 2?
Maybe. I mean, I bought a combo pack of all 3, and it came with all the DLCs. So probably.
Because in the base game, I just remember it was like set planets with set missions, and like everything was like you were on the ground, you didn't have a tank. So I was like, oh,
well, like Mass Effect. Sorry, Sam, but Mass Effect 3, the third of the franchise.
Just call it the third. It's not Mass Effect. It's not worthy of the
Okay, but there are some things that game addressed that were really interesting that were opened up in the first 2. Like you got to have a culmination to the whole story arc about the genophage.
Oh, cool.
Of the like rhino human guys.
The Krogans.
Yeah, the Krogans. Yeah. And getting to go to their homeworld is pretty cool. Did you get to go to their homeworld in 2?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I actually just left there.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. You have to like choose a new war chief. You have to choose a new war chief or something.
Well, like that's right. I remember. Fuck though, Justin. If you're gonna go on to play 3, don't lose your save because
I'm not.
It's real shitty loading in on the default save they have for 3, and then every one of your choices is like out the window, and you just have to go with whatever.
Well, what was built into 2, or in my version of 2, is there's a little thing at the very beginning where you can take 15 minutes to go through this little video scenario and choose all of the main choices in 1 to affect game 2.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if it's going to be like that in 3, right?
I don't think that was in 3.
Well, it might be an after thing that they put in, like with the DLCs in the pack that I bought.
Okay. Oh, maybe.
I don't know. I haven't launched it yet, but I'm not going to lose my save. Don't worry.
Don't lose your save. But yeah, that's fuck man, what a good franchise, honestly. Like 1 was a great groundwork for that story, but fuck those mechanics were janky.
So janky.
The combat was so bad.
Yeah, the sniper could one-shot you, remember? You just get sniped and it's like you're dead and you're like, what the fuck, this game?
Well, and just shooting a gun, like if you picked a class that was the pistol class, it's just like poof.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Like Mass Effect, or like you could choose like ciphers or whatever they were with like the caster version, but it's like all they got was like a pistol and like maybe an SMG.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like you had no offense basically besides your cooldowns, and it was all shitty in the first one. The second one they actually improved upon it a lot.
Yeah,
so.
they're really cool.
Yeah.
The third one's actually better, I think.
Honestly, the combat in the third game is really good.
Yeah,
it's really fun
it's just
and
the
action-packed.
But it's like I play that game for that story anyway, so it's like that's why I don't consider it part of the Mass Effect universe. It's just a game.
Are we excited for Andromeda though?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah.
I haven't played.
I thought we were talking about another game. I was like, what the hell's Andromeda? I was like, oh yeah.
It's got a
Have you seen
powerful legacy to live up to. Only the teaser trailers, no gameplay or anything.
Yeah, I
like
haven't seen any gameplay either.
Yeah.
I'm curious where it's going to take because it's obviously after Shepard.
Yeah, it's supposed to. I thought it's supposed to be like hundreds of years after the effects of
it's
Mass
way.
Effect.
This might have been from a forum or
events
something from like
Mass
Reddit, and it might be complete bullshit. But I heard that you were gonna be like a cyborg or something, like an android that took care of like all the races, like cells or whatever, like the fertilized eggs and stuff, and they incubated, and you flew them to like Andromeda in like a new universe, and then you're like the person who populates it, and you're still like the same guy, but I don't know.
That sounds pretty cool.
It might have just been like some kind of hearsay, and then they were like, yeah, that's totally what's going to be, but it's like I would envision, something like that might be the backstory of it, like, like some robot took care of all these people and did all that stuff, and then like you just choose your race after that, because that would be cool.
Yeah.
You'd like choose, I want to be a Krogan instead of like I gotta be Shepard.
They've done
be really
such
cool.
a good job at having engaging storylines.
Yeah.
You know, and I could see that being the next step or something like that. They've like playing through 2, I remember everything I would encounter, I'm like, this is challenging to me on like an ethical standpoint for a lot of things. Like not just so cut and dry like sci-fi tropes. It's like, oh man, I really don't know what to do here kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that in Andromeda for sure.
Yeah. They had a cool like 1 or 2 of those in Mass Effect 1. I'm not going to spoil it because... Or wait, did you already play Mass Effect 1?
Well, I just watched...
I don't think he's going to.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I watched a video for the ending of it so I could just start Mass Effect 2 because I couldn't deal with the jankiness.
Yeah, because there's like a bug species that you can like free.
The Rachni.
Yeah, or you could like extinct them because it's like the queen was like the last of the species, and it's like you could wipe them out or you can set them free. And it was like she was kind of like... I don't know, because you're like, I don't trust bugs, but she was a sentient bug, and she controlled all of her hive, so it's
and then there's a whole thing with the Rachni Wars.
Yeah.
So it's like there was a lot of backstory to that and reason not to trust them, but at the same time, it's like, who can be trusted?
Yeah,
kind of
especially,
thing.
I don't know. In the grand scheme of things, it's like, I wish I would have let her go, but at the time, I was just like, fuck bugs, man, I'm Starship Troopers, yeah.
I actually think I let her go.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sam, can we talk a little bit about Rimworld?
Yes, we can.
Because I have still not picked that up, but it still looks really good. And
it's really fun.
So, is it like Prison Architect in space?
It has that art style, but it's more Dwarf Fortressy, where it's like random. Like you have to start out kind of like in Elite Dangerous. Like I hear you guys like shopping for like the perfect mods for the ship and also their horse shit. And it's like I have to do the same thing when I'm setting up my colony, like of people. It's like, okay, this guy's good at firearms. He's a good miner and he can do dumb labor, which is like hauling shit around. You can like train your pets if somebody's good at animal handling, and it like takes time, because like the whole game's progressive. But as you get better with animal handling, you'll tame your pets quicker, and then you can train them to haul stuff for you, so you don't need people with dumb labor. But for the most part, like if you want to move shit around and like clean up your house, like that's all considered dumb labor. So if you have a bunch of people that are like, oh, nobody's good at dumb labor, like nothing's going to happen when you first start out, because it's like you need to move all this shit, and it's like everybody's like, it's not my job, and they just walk away, and you're like, what the like, this is survival. Everybody's job is to like move shit and get it all organized right now. But
so the game starts out like you like crash land on a planet and it's just go from there.
Yeah, it's like you gotta set it all up, because it's kind of like, or not, I was gonna say it's kind of like Ark, but it's like the sense of you have to just survive. And depending on what you choose at the beginning, like you set it all up, a world, you set up where you spawn, you set up your character's attributes. Some are better at handling, guns. Some are better at handling animals. Some are better at growing. So depending on what you set it up, like, that can really influence how you're going to survive and stuff.
Okay. And so is it like you need to kind of strike a balance between all those things? And if you don't,
definitely.
You'll fail?
And they start you out with 3 crash landed, people, colonists, I guess. But you can edit the thing and like be like, I want 6 or whatever, and just like start with 6 people. But it's like that's more mouths to feed. And when you start out, like, it's kind of like, and some guys, they have random attributes. Like, one dude's like a pyromaniac, one was a sociopath. So it's like,
that's awesome.
He'd be like mining, and then next thing you know, he'd walk up and like stab my like engineer. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it's just like, he just did it because, you know, he's a random psychopath. He just wanted to do it. And then like another dude's like my grower, and he's growing this vast, like, you know, stock of food and stuff like that. And then he's just like also a pyromaniac, so he lights the fucking field on fire. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So it's like just random shit happens. Like sometimes like some dude will be escaping from like another colony outside of your, you know, outside of your like world view, and he'll be like, oh, there's a guy calling for help. You can either help him and then he'll join your colony, but you have to fight off the people that are chasing him, or you can just let him go and he'll die, and it's like whatever. So it's like you don't get that colonist. And like wildfires happen, lightning it's just random events that are just like procedurally generated, and it's really cool. Like it's more technically impressive than like actually like, oh my god, like this looks great. It's like it's actually
for
fun.
Sure.
So it's like the gameplay is really fun, and it's like a really good like sim, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I got it. So wait, I just got to go back to this real quick. So if you crash land with 3 colonists, how do you
have to like strike a perfect balance?
Male.
Like
no, I mean like do they procreate?
They
tried
can.
to.
Yeah, they can. I haven't gotten to that yet, but
okay, so like what happens? Like, do you
like
find more people or what?
Yeah.
Like okay,
like that. Like the dudes that are running away from like pirates and stuff, or pirate colonies, they'll come in and be like, "Oh, I need help," and then you help them out, and then they join your colony, and you get whatever stats they had at the time. Or you can, like raiders can invade your camp, and you can, you know, you shoot them, and like they go into shock and they fall down, and you can have a dude specialized in like Hannibal Lectering their ass, like fucking like, hello Clarice, why are the sheep quiet? They like turn on everybody and they become part of your colony, and you get all of them, but you have to like manipulate them with like food and be like, oh, and like good cop, but like, you know, there's no bad cop.
So you're basically brainwashing them to join you.
So wait a sec. So like this whole game just sounds like you're trying to contain psychopaths.
Well, it's like
have them build like structures
just
for
like
you
the
at
real
same
world.
Time.
it's like a futuristic humanity where, you know, they have
Everybody's
like
fucking
cyborg
insane.
orgies and like all this weird shit, and then like they just say like, I want to, you know, actually have the struggle of life again. So then, like, you know, they just cruise along the universe and like populate planets, but like while they were like trying to be discoverers and explorers and stuff, like they crash land on a planet for real, and it's like, okay, now they have to survive on this planet. And so, like, whatever skills they have.
What do you actually do to, like, contain these psychopaths?
You can arrest them, like, if they just get out of line, and then, like, you kind of just got to detain them. And you also, most of the time, like, anybody can just go, you know, fucking, like, oh, I'm on a fucking mental state of, like, I'm crazy now, so I got to eat all the food that we have. And it's like, no, we need the food, don't eat all the food.
So if someone's doing that, can you, like, put them down?
Yeah, you can, you draft your people, which is like they stop all the shit that they're automated to do based off of like what parameters you set. Like, you know, I have like a grower who's also like my doctor and stuff like that. So it's like if anybody's hurt, she'll be a doctor before she's a grower and all this other stuff. And you like preset all that stuff. But if you draft them, then it's like they do whatever you tell them to at that point. So you basically like draft them, and then you right click on the dude who's like getting all crazy, and you're just like, arrest this guy, and then you arrest this guy, and he's like, oh, okay, and then, like, they go into, like, a fight, and, like, you shoot him, and you put him into shock, but then you drag him to, like, a medical bed, and, like, take care of him, and then you, I think while they're still messed up, you drag them to a prisoner bed, and you just keep them there until, like, they're fucking like, oh, what the fuck happened? I'm sorry about that. So,
what the hell?
This actually sounds pretty great.
It's pretty good, yeah. It's just, like, I don't know, like, it kind of takes a little bit, but you can speed up time, like, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times speed. It's like, yeah. Like, I had a really good colony going on, just for reference, and, like, random shit happened, and, like, I was digging out this mountain just to, like, build out, like, a nice fortification, and, like, a little thing came up that was just like, oh, you feel, like, a weird energy coming from this, like, wall, and I was like, my auto mine, like, just canceled, like, they didn't want to mine anymore, and I was like, huh. And so, like, you know, fast forward like 2 weeks game time, like I had built up like all these like pigs and stuff that were hauling all my shit, and they would back me up, and I was like, all right, let's check out this room, and I like dug out a little tunnel and broke through the wall, And I was like, oh, what the fuck? These guys are like capsulated, like, colonists. Like, what the hell is happening?
Dude, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, there's like a crystal thing, and it says like psychic crystal. And I was like, I wonder what this does. And I did it, and it was like, it turned all my animals insane and turned them into manhunters. So all the pigs that I had now started hunting me down. And I was like, get to the turret, because I built like an automated turret to shoot everything down. And like, one dude was like 10 yards away from the turret, and I was like, get to the fucking turret. He got mauled by a fucking pig, and like he couldn't move. He was like, grrr, like, his leg got like gimped and stuff. So he's like trying to crawl to it. I was like, everybody get to the turret and activate the turret. It was just like they all just died, and it sucked. But
that sounds fucking great, though.
Yeah, it's just random shit happens,
fun.
and it's really fun.
Oh, man.
So if you're just looking to kill time, like, Rimworld's a really good, like, sim for that.
And it looks like it'll run on pretty much anything. It doesn't look too intensive.
Yeah. It's, like, really simple.
I don't know if it would run on anything.
It won't run on Justin's old laptop.
How old is your laptop?
Well, when we tried to play, like, Starbound on Justin's old laptop, it was so died.
Damn.
Yeah, it was bad. So Sean and I have been having a lot of fun with Elite Dangerous lately.
Hell yeah!
And I think Sean got on Elite Dangerous on the tails of his experience with No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
So what was it? You were just playing No Man's Sky, and you were like, "I feel like playing Elite Dangerous."
Yeah, it ran well on Linux, and then I was like, you know what? This game is just gathering a bunch of shit, and then not being able to build anything with it. It just like sits in your inventory. And then like I got this itch for Ark and like Elite Dangerous, and then like Elite Dangerous, I'm already playing Ark, so like,
yeah, right.
I was like, you know what, Elite Dangerous isn't as psychedelic as this game with all the freaking colors when you do that light speed mode.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Space Odyssey type shit.
Yeah, but it's super cool. Like we've been doing the community goals, and that's
awesome that they put those in, because it's like it gives you a real
it's been in there since the beginning too. Like when we played before,
we weren't aware of them or paying attention to them.
So like the shitty thing is they didn't make it as obvious to like where to go, because all that stuff would be in like news events you'd have to read in the game, which like if you have to read something in game, that honestly kind of turns me off. But at the same time, there's that level of coolness where like you can find this niche little information to like go and off and do this quest and get like super good rewards.
Well, hold on. So what exactly do you do in Elite Dangerous? Like, I know it's obviously it's a space game. You're flying around, you shoot shit, but what do you do?
Space trucker simulator.
Yeah, you can
if you want to play it safe,
right? You can be like a miner, you can be a transporter, you can be a pirate.
You can do a whole bunch of different things. I mean, there's like
trade
mercenary
as well.
Yeah.
Is it PvP?
Yeah. Yeah. There's PvP. There's world PvP. It's a very broad game. And it's actually the sequel to there might have been more than one actually, but
there's been a lot of Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, but there was an Elite, like just not Elite Dangerous, but it was just called Elite, and it was like an old like vector graphics like arcade. Yeah. And in fact, the Cobra Mark III is what
is the original
ship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or something like it. Anyways,
that's probably why it's so cool and versatile,
dude. But Justin, to kind of answer your question, it's like it really is just like a space job simulator, I guess.
Yeah.
Picture like any job that you can do with a spacecraft, and that's basically what you can do in that game, because it's like it all revolves around the spaceship.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gorgeous game. The flight is really intuitive and really fun. It's kind of infuriating sometimes, especially when you like blow past your destination and have to turn around.
I'm getting better at that, especially if you have a better like frame shift drive, and like if you're like tweaking out like your items or your modules on your ship, like it actually it's a little laborious. Thank you. At first to like tweak stuff out to where it actually works.
Yeah, but honestly, Justin, if I was trying to sell you on this game, it would be like
you don't have the time.
But I gotta say that's one of the things that I kind of like about it is like I don't feel like I have to put the same amount of time into it as I do other games of that nature. Like I used to play Eve online.
Yeah, that's an MMO though. So
that's an MMO given, but I mean, Like I put a lot of time into that game. I had to quit that game when I would sit down at my computer and feel like I'm going back to work.
Yeah.
But for Elite, it's like I feel like I don't have to work too hard to get money, you know, and then upgrade my ship. Like right now, there's so much stuff on the horizon that I think keeps people fueled to play that game. And it's coming out. Things are being released.
And speaking of which, the expansion is called Horizons.
Oh, it's true.
No pun intended.
Yeah, there was some controversy too when that expansion came out, just because the price point.
Well, what's interesting is that it's not pay to play. So
it's not pay to play. That is true.
But it is almost like a full MMO, like Eve. Although you're not inclined to,
it's not free to play either, though. You have to pay for the game.
Yeah, I mean you have to buy the game, but
correct.
It's not like.
Well, what I mean is a subscription, right? You don't. Have to...
Well, it's not an MMO, like I said.
Right.
It's just a game.
But there are very game, like MMO-ish elements to that game.
MMO or multiplayer. So
yeah, and I mean it's
RPG, I guess.
It's a broad, multiplayer game. Like it's not, it's you just encounter other players out in the galaxy.
Yeah, it is like no, I was gonna say like it is kind of like an RPG, but it's more of like an FPS, an MMO FPS. Massive multiplayer online, which is all of that, and then it's a first-person shooter.
Yeah,
kind of ship,
that's fair.
So it's like
actually, Justin, I should also tell you that the entirety of that game takes place from the cockpit of your ship.
Okay. That's what I was gonna ask. So there's no going into planets' atmospheres and landing.
No, there is.
There is?
There is. And then you have to have a vehicle bay on your ship.
Okay.
With a buggy in it or another type of vehicle.
This is expansion.
This is the expansion. And then you can land on a planet and get out into your buggy, which you're also in first person, and drive around and go mine on that planet or go find installations and things like that.
Can you fight people with buggies?
Like
buggy fight?
Yeah, you can have buggy fights. It's like a destruction derby.
Oh, yeah.
Can I steal another player's ship?
Yeah, I don't know about their ship, but you can steal their cargo.
Yeah.
Because there's this thing in the game called interdiction, where if you're flying around and you see another player in front of you, some hapless traitor, you can interdict them in a frameshift drive, which is like hyperdrive, and you force them to fall out of it into just normal space. And then once you do that, the thing that's cool about it is that like if you're pirating, like you can target specific modules of their ship.
Okay.
Like you can say, I want to hit their engines, or I want to hit their life support, or I want to hit their frameshift drive so they can't jump away.
I want to hit their windows so they fly out of their spaceship.
Look at shields.
Well, you also risk destroying their cargo if you do that.
But see, the thing is that's pretty cool, Justin, is that you can, while you have them there, you can kind of hold them hostage, or you can fire things called like hatch breaker limpets, which are these little
cargo hatch.
Yeah, and it's like they these little probes that you shoot out, and it attaches to their ship, and it basically like hacks into their ship and forces them to jettison their cargo.
Okay.
And then you can go pick it up. It's pretty cool.
I can get on board with this because if I played that, I'd definitely want to be a space pirate. That's all I would do.
Dude,
that's what Sean keeps trying to get me to do.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for this one.
But dude, I gotta tell a little story about Elite from the other night. So Sean and I were trying to get to the newest community goal, which is as a preference, the community goals are like these big world events where like many players participate, and like the more people contribute to the end of the
rewards.
Yeah, the more people that contribute to the goal, which the goal can be anything from like fighting some rival faction to delivering goods and stuff like that. The more people that contribute, the faster it gets done, and the more people get paid for it.
Sounds like Guild Wars 2's world events.
Kind of like that, but they definitely take longer. They can take like weeks.
Oh, okay.
But we were, Sean and I were trying to get to the latest community goal, and I took a path that I thought I was going to be safe on until I ended up running completely out of fuel in a system where nothing else existed. There was a star.
This game is kind of like procedurally generated, like No Man's Sky.
Okay.
The names are all procedurally generated. The systems you can explore.
I should say to an extent though, because there are some that are.
Yeah, there are some that are like designed.
Yeah. In fact, the ones with like where there's stations and things like that, the stations are placed there and whatnot. Like those systems are designed, but I was in a system that was not designed, and there were from what I could tell, and for as far as my sensors could reach, I couldn't find any other planets, any other stations, just the star that I jumped into. And pretty quickly after I jumped into that system, I ran completely out of fuel. Now, the thing is that you have to have a certain amount of fuel to make a jump from one system to the next, and I didn't have enough to go back. So I wound up in the system.
You didn't have enough to like fly anywhere.
No, that was the thing. Then once I got there, I completely ran out, which means that your ship shuts down. Like all your modules will go offline, and I had everything turned off except for my life support, and then I ran completely out of fuel, and that turned off.
And so you just drift there.
And I have 15 minutes worth of oxygen in my suit until I die. So I was kind of worried because I had like a brand new ship with, well, not a brand new ship, but like a bunch of brand new modules. I had a cargo hold that was completely full of really expensive stuff. And I'm just sitting there drifting in space, and
about to suffocate in 10 minutes.
Yeah, about to suffocate in 10 minutes. I'm telling Sean about this, and he's jumping from system to system trying to find this module that will let him transfer fuel. But even after that, he's going to have to get to me to give me fuel.
Yeah.
Sean, you're so sweet.
But dude, it's like it was like panic mode was on, and like it was high stakes at this point. And he like couldn't find one, and he kept jumping around. And like I like minimized my game, and I googled like, what do I do? I'm out of fuel. I'm really dangerous. And then the top post on this forum was this thing that said someone else in my situation. They were like, you should contact the fuel rats, and I was like, the fuck are the fuel rats? So I clicked the link and I followed it through, and no joke, dude, there is a whole community like of these players that are dedicated to rescuing people who run out of fuel.
Space AAA.
Why is that fun though?
Dude, I don't. But it seems fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? For whatever reason they do it, I am so grateful for them because I went on. Sorry, Sean, what's up?
Oh, it may have been that PayPal button on their website.
Oh, okay.
But dude, okay, listen. These guys are awesome because I went on to their website. I hit I am out of fuel. It put me into like an IRC chat, and they like assigned like a fuel rat agent to me to like communicate with me and like work out where I am, and like they had me like log off for the time being, so like my counter would go slower, and then like they got to where I was and I logged back on, and like they found me, and like they found me with like I think I had like a minute left on the clock before I was gonna die, and like these guys show up and they just start transferring fuel, and they were like, all right, safe flying, have a good day.
Did you pay them though?
I did not. I offered to, but they just said to pay it forward one day. And so I equipped a fuel transfer. So if I ever find anybody else in trouble, I'll give them a hand.
So like they didn't like force you to cyber with them before. Like,
oh God, Sean!
They didn't like. I mean, they could have done anything, right? They could have like. They could have like opened your cargo hatch. And,
they could have, but they didn't. They're trustworthy guys.
Hey,
and don't get me
inside?
wrong. When I was waiting there, I was like, "Fuck." They're gonna show up and be like, "Okay, dump your cargo, and we'll give you fuel."
Commander, put your penis against the glass.
Oh my God, Sean!
We're really earning that explicit rating today.
Oh man.
No, that was not the case.
So let me ask: if you didn't find these guys, you ran out of fuel. What happens?
I die.
What happens when you die?
Well, I've never died from suffocation. I've only died from my ship getting blown up. And if my ship blows up, then you have an option to pay out or to pay the like deductible basically on your insurance, and they'll give you another ship that's completely outfitted.
And you did not have any money to
insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other. That was the other thing, was that I didn't have enough money to activate a new ship.
You would lose your
so I would
newly
have been
bought ship.
100% fucked.
Yeah.
If those guys didn't show up. But I'm just saying, the fuel rats, fuelrats.com, those guys are fucking awesome. If you're playing Elite and you get stuck like that, they will save your ass. So, thank you guys.
But yeah, Sean spent like 2 hours looking at modules, and he didn't even like fly a ship, and then I went to bed. So it's like, if that's what you want to do, like that's the game you can expect. You gotta like plan
there
out
is
your
more
ship
to it
and
than
stuff.
that.
You gotta plan out your ship and stuff for the most efficient modules, and it's like
But I don't know. I actually find that really fun though. Like,
yeah, I like
designing it.
Out.
Yeah,
like I wish Mass Effect had something like
much
that.
time.
Like I would spend time in game to like tweak out a ship.
Well, it's kind of different when it's a multiplayer though, because it's like then there's real results you see from
Oh yeah, sure.
From messing with your systems and stuff like that. But you know, you
guys said the insurance thing, or when your ship gets blown up, it's like a lot better now, right? Like you just click like, I want to buy all the stuff that my ship used to have.
Exactly.
Like
there's a button that says, "Do you want the free ship?"
It's all back, or
there's like you can get
there's a free ship.
You can get a Sidewinder, which is like the basic
it's like
ship.
The base ship you start out with.
Okay. Like everyone starts with it, or you can click the button that says re-outfit, like buy.
All the modules,
pay the insurance,
everything?
pay the insurance and have a mirror of the ship that just blew up.
Okay, that sounds a lot better.
Minus any cargo or anything that you had.
As you add on modules, like your insurance cost goes up. So,
I mean, I haven't had one more there. I haven't had like an insurance cost though that's more than like
what is this?
Yeah, this might be getting.
It's a video
boring.
game, Justin.
It's a video game.
Talk about video games.
That's just life. Like you got in an accident.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want the same car you just had? Oh, cool. We're gonna raise your insurance rates.
Luckily, that has not been the case yet. Oh, just to say one more thing though about Elite Dangerous, the ship models are fucking cool. Like it's a cool looking game, and like
there's a lot more ships than we've seen too. Cause
I know, like I looked at the wiki
Yeah.
and like the actual like listing of all the available ships and like the ones that are coming out and stuff like that, and they're really cool.
Next topic.
Anyways, next topic.
We've talked about insurance for far too long.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Welcome to the insurance cast.
It really matters once you start playing. Trust me.
Yeah.
Sam, let's talk a little bit about Far Cry Primal.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I was playing Far Cry 4 with you not too long ago,
Yeah.
and I mean that was fun, but
Yeah.
we kind of hit the cycle of rinse
Yeah.
and repeat missions. So
I wish it was more like co-op though, because it's like you can only join your friend's game, and you can't do quests with them. You can just take down bases, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Well,
I
can
wanna,
you
like,
do?
play the game with my
Is
friend.
there a lot more co-op in Primal?
Not that I know of.
Because Primal wasn't necessarily like a huge release like 3 and 4. It was kind of like just a side project, wasn't
They took
it?
like all the hunting and like, because that's all I did in like Far Cry anyway. Is like, oh, I got to hunt and I got to skin and all this stuff, and it's like they took that and they like amplified it and made a game out of it. So it's like they took the Far Cry engine and like animations and killing, and then they added like, oh, you're just a stupid caveman, and here's some other cavemen that hate your guts. Go kill them. And it's like, okay, and it's like a good enough Far Cry premise for me to be like, yep, that's the game. Follows the criteria for a Far Cry game.
What was the first Far Cry about? Do you guys remember?
You were like a mercenary or something.
You were on an island or something,
commercial
right?
was really weird. Like
it's very different now.
Yeah.
Very different.
It was
From
very
Okay.
difficult too. I remember like everybody used to always joke about like, oh yeah, like you'd be all the way across the island and like some fucking jeep would like see you and start shooting you 100% accuracy, like they had aimbot on, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Because it's been so long, so many games in the Far Cry franchise at this point.
Well, tell me a little about Primal though, because I've wanted to play it, but
it's pretty like the
It's like a better animated arc.
Yeah. It's like a dumbed down,
No offense
quicker
against
arc. So it's like if you want to just throw spears at people and watch their ass get like tossed like 25 fucking yards, like that's amazing. I love that part of the game. And it's like,
Do they like completely ragdoll, or do they?
oh
have
dude,
some
they ragdoll
force?
so good. They ragdoll so good.
Like well, when it like hits them, like does it like?
Yeah,
You
it's
actually have some
amazing. It's like
force,
Dark
dude?
Souls ragdoll almost.
Oh, okay.
It's like some dudes will be like charging you, like, they have like berserkers and stuff that like charge you and they don't give a shit, and then they have like guys that throw bombs. You get not a trebuchet. What's the thing? Like a sling? A sling? Is that the thing where you like spin the rock around?
Yeah.
Bola?
I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah. Like you can spin a rock. It's mainly used for like distracting people or hurting them. But if you get a headshot with them, like if they don't have a helmet on, it'll kill them and one shot them, which is amazing.
awesome.
Because like if some dude like spots you can just big, the distract thing. Everybody used to always like throw rocks at people's face just to be like, oh, that's stupid. How funny AI. And it's like now you actually do that and they die. It's like perfect. And then you can upgrade
So this
all
also
your weapons.
takes place like in like caveman times,
yeah.
right? Okay.
So like the main enemies are basically like the tribes are kind of dangerous, but the main enemies that I've encountered so far that can really jack your day up are like the animals. If you get too close to a mammoth, he'll two-shot you because it's a fucking mammoth. And it's like you know, and then you'll have like a rhino who will hit you for like all your health. So you're like, Jesus, you have to like craft traps, have them walk over the traps, they get stuck, take some damage, and then you're like chucking spears at their face, like, just die already. It's just like, oh.
Wait, you can tame them too, can't you?
You can tame the beasts. You don't tame the herbivores. I don't think you want to, though. That would be cool if you could get like a rhino as a mount back in the game. I don't know, but whatever. They already made the game. So
how's the storyline in it?
It's just a game.
It's Far Cry.
It's a Far Cry game. Yeah, it's like you start out, you find a lady, she's hurt, and then she's like, "Oh my god, this tribe, like I'm part of your tribe, and this tribe that invaded our land. You're trying to seek this the land of Oros, which is like Eden or something like that." And it's like, while you're there, you find one person. She's like, "Oh, our tribe got scattered because we had a main home, and then these invaders came in and they killed everybody and they broke up apart our tribe. So it's like, go out and like protect them and find them, and this will be our new home." And it's like this like corner valley area, and you start out with like nothing but you and her, and I think like maybe 2 guys. And then as you go out, like, you'll get like weird encounters where it's like, oh, like these guys are being attacked, go here. And it's just a little side event, but it's like you go out and protect them against like tribes or animals. And then like after you're done, you'll get like 1 or 2 new villagers.
Cool.
And as you get more villagers, they'll refresh your like supply of stuff that you need to upgrade your base or your village or your weapons. They'll upgrade that, like the amount of stuff you get from the village per day, which is pretty cool. And like it's a day in-game cycle, not like every 24 hours in real life.
Sure.
So,
what's the safe house aspect of it like in Primal? Because like in 4 and 3, you literally walk into the house and this is where you change your weapons and all of that shit.
Is it a safe cave?
How is it?
There's no safe house in there besides like maybe in your village when you like enter a cutscene. It's just all wilderness.
It's a rock you use as a pillow that you
sit
just
down,
take around.
craft a weapon, and you
like,
got a new weapon.
Dangerous animals and dangerous tribes like don't really spawn close to like your main bases.
Okay.
So it's like you kind of got to venture out a little bit. So it's kind of got like a cool little like realistic thing. Like if you knew somebody's base was right there, like you wouldn't want to be like, I'm just gonna stroll up here and go hunting. It's like no, it's like you're gonna get killed. So, and same thing with the animals. I love the physics in that game though, because it's amazing. And like
spearing someone through the face.
Yeah, the bow and arrow. I always use the bow and arrow in all the last 2 Far Cry games.
I do too.
So it's like they take the bow and arrow and the hunting missions, and they just go balls deep with it in Far Cry Primal, and you're just like, yep, like that's your main ranged weapon is a bow and arrow, and then you also get a spear, which is like your most offensive weapon. Like you can charge it up and stab them really hard, or you can chuck it and it does double damage. And I have my spear fully upgraded. And so dudes will like charge me and they'll like be running at me, and it's like I just throw my spear at it. It's like something out of like Lord of the Rings with that dude on the horse.
That's
He's got so much momentum, and he just gets picked up and like thrown like 10 yards, and you're just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what scene you're talking
about.
Yeah,
dude. So good.
It's like everybody, they like each each like key figure of your tribe has a like aspect about them that like you can build out your talent tree with, but you kind of have to help them in order to like unlock some abilities and stuff. And like one dude who's like a trapper, like he's like senile, and he trapped you in a thing, and he calls you like the enemy tribesman. And then like while you fell in the pit, and you're like, what the hell happened? Like he starts whipping out his dick, starts pissing on you, and he calls you piss man, and you're like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, I'm part of the Winja, and then it's just like, oh, you're just a piss man, that's what you are. And he walks away, and you're like, what the fuck? And like, now you're covered in piss, and you have to like get out of his like cave trap that he set up. And it's like, and then you invite him to your tribe, and he's like the trapper and like kind of like the engineer who like builds devices. And
wait, like, what's the I'm just wondering, like, now, because this is before like any advanced like social structure exists in society.
Yeah.
How does the dialect work? And
it's like all weird and Moroccan. It's like a form of like African meets like European, because I guess the land of Oros takes place in like Central Europe, I think it said in the cutscene. So it's like everybody kind of migrated there. So you have like like Neanderthal / like whatever Homo sapien type person the caveman was, and like it's just like a mixture of all races at that point. But it's like they have like that's basically how they talk. So yeah, pretty good game. I don't know. I'd like just go around hunting.
Is there anything about it so far that you're not feeling that isn't working for you?
Nah, it's like a good like, I don't know, I'd say get it when it's like $30, maybe $20, $25, because it's like it's not really like the story's not really enthralling because, like I said, you just start out and it's like go hunt and kill shit, and you're like, all right, and it's fun. Like, it's a fun little like just fuck around, kill shit, and go hunting, upgrade stuff. Like it's fun. Killing, animation's cool. Upgrading, hunting. I already said those like 3 times over, but that's the game. So, but I mean, it's really fun.
No, I got it. Fair enough. Cool.
It seems like that's the redeeming quality.
Well, it's like the combat's really fun
or
too.
Just the
stealth. Like you get, like Far Cry, you always got rewarded more XP if you were undetected, and it's always kind of janky because it's like you'd be hiding in this like fucking like stick bush, and you're like, I don't know where the fuck he is. This is crazy. And you could be like a foot away, just like keep dragging people, like spider caught a couple of flies, like they're literally like staring you in the face, like I don't know, he's invisible. It's like he's fucking invisible. You just shoot him in the face, and like there's a pile of dead bodies right next to this bush, and they're like, I don't know, this is weird, but yeah. It's pretty fun.
Cool.
Stupid and fun, and that's a Far Cry for you, so.
It's true.
Show of hands, show of voices. Who is excited for the new Zelda?
Yeah.
My hands up.
I'm going to buy a console because of it.
Yeah,
show
right?
Of,
gonna have to.
I was just going to say, show of hands who's actually going to buy a console for
Well, we're kind of all going to have to.
It kind of seems like it now.
Yeah.
So it's coming out on the NX, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that's going to be. But
Nintendo doesn't release PC ports.
No. But I have... The last few generations, the only consoles I've bought have been Nintendo consoles.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I haven't really bought a lot of games for them.
Yeah.
Super Smash.
Super Smash.
And
yeah,
all the
Smash Bros.
Mario Kart.
I was hoping you guys were going to get Skyward Sword because I always wanted to check that out, but I never wanted to buy a Wii U for it.
I don't know why we didn't, to be honest, because it seemed really good. But
it's more RPG than like a Zelda game, I felt. But
yeah.
It's like I always wanted to check it out because I always liked the storylines in those games anyway.
Yeah.
So I was like,
But
kind of got all weird and like Final Fantasy.
But yeah, Breath of the Wild looks amazing.
Yeah.
Fuck, that looks good.
Yep.
Like
that's the new one.
That's the new one.
Yeah,
that's the one that got announced at E3 this year.
That's the one that's going to be really RPG-like.
Yeah, dude, the combat on it too. It's just like, it seems perfect. Like you have to like mastermind beat these like mini bosses and stuff. Just like, god damn, I want that game so bad.
I feel like I was sold on that game as soon as I saw that video that went around where they're talking about like the hitboxes in the game, and Link could like sidestep a strike by like a millimeter and miss.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, that's so good.
It's like you have to actually dodge. It's like you don't just randomly get missed.
It's not like
you
fucking
have to
block
do
fights.
things.
Yeah, Dark Souls and vulnerability roll. Well, we don't know yet, but
yeah, it's true. We don't know yet. And I think we've all learned a valuable lesson in the last few weeks on
Don't say it.
I'm pre-ordering.
Just overhyping of games.
Do not pre-order.
Do not pre-order.
Watch quick looks, reviews.
Trust your reviewers.
Yeah.
So Justin, are you leading this internet campaign of hate against No Man's Sky?
Am I leading it? No, I'm not leading it.
Okay.
It's funny when someone's gonna listen to this because it went from last week where Justin's like, I fucking love No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
I want to play more.
To this week, we're just like, I haven't played all week.
Yep.
I played like 2 more hours of it after we podcasted last episode, and I got over it.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, you're right. It's the same shit over and over and over and over and over.
I think like as soon as somebody plants that seed in your head and you get on there and you start playing, you're like, no, it's true.
Right.
But yeah, anyways, to steer back from No Man's Sky, what was the last Zelda game you guys played? I think for me it was like Twilight. Oh no, I played A Link Between Worlds on 3DS.
Like actually played or vicariously?
Actually played.
Majora's Mask. That was the last one I played.
Yeah, I think that was mine
I
too.
think I played the remake of Ocarina on 3DS.
Yeah.
I got to like the second Forest Temple, and I was just like, this fucking door, I can't open this door.
It's so good though.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
They always make good Zelda games. Besides that one with like the 3 links, whatever that was.
That one always looked really interesting.
It's like a
Four
puzzle
Swords?
game.
Yeah, it was a puzzle game.
I don't think it did that well. Yeah.
Like Trevor and I played it with a friend of ours, and it was...
Oh, hey, yeah.
So
I would like to play it.
Which one did you guys buy? The Wind Waker HD remake?
Yeah, that's Trevor. I think that's Trevor's favorite Zelda game.
It's so good.
So it's like
I love
because
that
that's the last one I vicariously played.
Okay.
I think we should say we mentioned Trevor a lot in this podcast. We should mention that's Heath's brother.
Yeah. Yeah. He's off climbing something. So.
Yeah.
It's like the 9th time you've hit that.
Is it still like
it's like every 20 minutes
same graphics,
like cell shaded?
Yeah.
I think so. But I think it's like
what makes it HD then?
Well, I think it's
graphics.
it's better. It's upscaled to like an actual high definition format.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because before it was like 480 by whatever.
They added I think it's called like the Swift Sail, which makes you like
navigate
the oceans like I don't know if it's like twice as fast or whatever.
He was
but,
excited about that it was like because I guess that was a big thing with the original release. It was just it took so long to go from place to place.
Yeah, all the reviewers back in the day were like, it's a fun Zelda game, but it's just like I don't want to have to go from like, square like A6 on the map to like E1, and it's like you got to traverse this whole ocean. It takes fucking forever, especially if you don't have that like hurricane teleport song yet. So you're just like, god damn. But with the Swift Sail, it speeds it up. So it's like the one downside people used to complain a lot about for that game, but they fixed it. So
what's the one Zelda that's like this one? Like where
Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass.
And then the train
I fucking loved
Spirit
that
Tracks.
game.
I actually kind of like Spirit Tracks.
I like the Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom was so fun.
Yeah.
Really? I don't think I ever played it.
How many Zelda games have
what did it come out on?
So much.
Not the 3DS, but the DS.
Yeah, for the DS.
So good, dude.
It's so good.
So good.
Okay.
Phantom Hourglass, and then
those all
Spirit Tracks was kind of weird.
Are those all cell shaded too?
Yeah. They're like it's the same art style.
That's why I didn't play them.
You don't like that?
No.
Well, I mean, what's
Zelda? It's like
they combine.
It's still Zelda.
It can transcend its like visuals.
No, that's my problem though. Is they combine one of my favorite childhood games and then put it like in the most shittiest.
What are you talking about? That's like the most emotive
I like
Zelda ever.
Yeah.
Like Zelda from like Ocarina of Time, he's got like a fucking like triangle face, and you're like, oh, that's the Zelda I know and love, and it's like compared to the fucking child that looks and has like emotions in his face.
Well,
as he's
it's
animated.
different when like there's better graphical capabilities nowadays.
No, I know, but it's an artistic choice.
Yeah, it was the artistic choice at the time, and
Sean's
it's
like, no.
Nintendo sticks to the formula. So if it works, like they like that Zelda, and that's why they have him in the new Smash Bros. They have the old one and they have the new Zelda. So it's like people like the new Zelda. I like the new Zelda, but I mean the latest Breath of the Wild is just like they're basically taking like a combination of the two, like good graphics. Because that's what Zelda was at the time. Like those were like the best way to like make the art style.
That's not what I was saying, but go on.
Okay, and then like the pixelated, like human like characteristics, and they're combining them into like the new one. But I don't know. He kind of seems more of like, here's a good combination. Like Wind Waker Zelda is like a normal person, and like Hyrule Zelda is like a fucking sociopath who has no emotion and just screams random words. Yeah. Like this guy, the other kid, he's like actually a kid, so it's like he's making weird little kid noises and stuff, and he's got like cool little,
He's got a huge fucking head.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of a downside for me too.
It was an artistic choice.
That, like,
guys.
It was.
Shut up, Sean.
It was very
It
metaphorical
would have been better
for
if he had
how
a tiny head.
It was metaphorical for how Hero. Never mind. Just move on. Next subject.
But yeah, that Breath of the Wild, man. Like, that one gif of him like fighting that mini boss on the plains, and he had to set it up perfectly because the weak point was like above where he could shoot at, so he had to like light fire on the ground surrounding the guy, and then he jumped off his horse fucking like real time, and then pulled out a kite and used thermodynamics from the fire to raise himself up like 15 extra yards so he can get a good sight on the weak point. And then he did like a fucking like Final Fantasy like animated stab right through the dude's heart. I'm like, oh, that game is gonna be amazing.
I don't want to be the devil's advocate, but it's like,
we don't speculate anymore.
Yeah. They showed
that's all we do.
They showed a full, they actually showed gameplay. They're not just like, this is what you can do, and this is what you can do, and look at this, pre-set up stuff. You can do anything. Yeah. It's like, no, they just let people play the game. It's already, it's pretty much finished. They're probably just fixing a lot of bugs and, polishing it up even more, and they're probably not going to release it until, the Nintendo NX or whatever is, actually finished, because it's like that they want to sell those consoles, so...
Yeah, man.
It's going to probably be the promo game sold.
Yes. Oh, my God. because I haven't bought a console in a decade. It's I'm getting it because of
bundled.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, it'd be perfect.
Oh, they're not gonna bundle that. They're gonna try and get as much money as they can. They're in the hole so deep.
Do you guys remember when they used to rent out consoles at Blockbuster?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They
Because
rented
I
out
would do
consoles
that.
at Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could pay like
but-
50 extra bucks.
Isn't it like
and then,
$20, $25
$10
like
for
a
the
day
game.
or something like that?
What?
It was like $20, $25 a day for like a console. Or
Yeah, it was
something.
kind of ridiculous, but
It's fucking
like,
dumb. It's like, okay, like I'll buy it for a week when I could have just bought the fucking console by itself.
Yeah.
You know something
forever.
that will probably show my age is I actually rented a Virtual Boy from Blockbuster once. Do you guys even remember what that is?
yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
What's a
There's
Virtual
a-
Boy?
It was Nintendo's first
The power
VR experience
Okay.
back in the day.
It was like Elite, or like vector graphics.
It was like, yeah, I think it was
like,
vector graphics, but it was like an actual console that like you wore on your face.
Yeah.
It was about the size of a fucking N64 too.
Oh my god!
Wonderful.
I remember playing Mario Tennis on that.
Did it weigh? Did it weigh as much as a Nintendo 64? You're like,
I think
is it like
I
an
think it did get
8-year-old
hot or
kid
something. I don't remember, but
shooting
yeah.
all this fucking exhaust and heat in your face. Like, oh, this game's so fun.
There's like pizza crust in it, and you're like, how did
Staring
that
at
get in there?
Fucking staring at a green square that's supposed to be a tennis ball. Like, I deserve this. This game's awesome.
yeah, it'll be good. Good times.
Yeah. I want to play. Just mention I want to play. Deus
Oh wait,
Ex.
I want to say what. Let's talk about what games we're looking forward to. So let's go the opposite of the direction I usually go. Sam, what games are you looking forward to?
Still looking forward to Dishonored, but I was gonna say I want to check out that new Deus Ex game.
Yeah, what's it called?
Is it
Mankind Divided.
Divided. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check that out and like.
The developers did an AMA on Reddit, by the the way.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, you
Okay.
That game looks so good though.
Yeah.
You might want to check that out because there was like some speculation in there, and the developers like didn't answer some
there's
key
like
questions.
There's some like they said like it's ported poorly for PC, but it's like the game looks fun, like the gameplay, and it's like I'm probably just gonna set it up on my laptop and set the settings to like low or medium. I don't care. Like I just want to play the game because I like the story and like jacking shit up.
Your laptop could probably play that on high though.
No, because they were saying like that's the thing. It was like it's ported so poorly, like you can't play high on it without having like a Titan and stuff like that. Like it was a lot of forum posts. So.
Well, I think the Giant Bomb reviews said like they gave it really good reviews, but I mean, I think the big thing is the microtransactions.
Yeah, because like Giant Bomb gave it like a 4, I think, and then I don't know if Polygon. I was looking at a couple other websites. It's like averaged around like a 4 or 5. So I'm like, oh shit! So it's all the professional journalists who like have to look at every aspect like professionally. Like they all gave it like a 4 or a 5. So I'm like, this game's obviously good in their mind. So I was like, why is it mixed on Steam? And then I was like, oh, because everybody hates microtransactions and they want to keep that shit on mobile and not on like our fucking AAA games that we want on our PC. So.
Yeah.
I can't say that I totally blame them.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's stupid that you're trying to like get money out of people that way. But I mean, right after I saw that post, right underneath it, there was like a hack that you can download that gave you all the shit for free. So I was like, yep, that's what happens. You don't give people the option. They're just going to like steal it from you. So.
Yeah, true. Justin, what about you? Anything new you're looking forward to that you've seen this last week or last 2 weeks?
I mean, because I'm in the Mass Effect right now, I'm really looking forward to Andromeda.
Yeah,
I
sure.
really want to play it.
Yeah.
I don't even know the release date for that. I'm pretty sure it has one.
Let's ask the old Google machine real quick.
2017, 2018. They haven't even announced any gameplay or anything, so it's like
Not that far. Don't let it be that far.
oh yeah, dude. They'll probably show gameplay next E3, and E3 just happened, so.
Well, actually, it's not that far off. According to Wikipedia, it says initial release date, so I don't know exactly what that means.
That's
Means
like
it
the
could probably
first
be pushed
initial,
back.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
is
the initial release date was March 2017.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's not that far off.
That's close to E3.
I can wait for that.
That's like Division. It's like close to
Yeah.
like the same launch as Division. I don't know. Well, Division actually had gameplay like the E3 before it, so.
yeah, true.
Poor Division.
Do you guys ever think we'll go back and play the Division?
No.
Let's all take a minute and
we go.
just
No, we're not going to.
take a moment of silence for the Division.
Sean, anything you're looking forward to?
What games are coming out? Probably Dark Souls DLC. That's about it.
Oh,
yeah?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Dude, you're like
You should
Mr.
stream
Dark
that.
Souls, so
You should stream
Yeah.
that, Sean, when it comes out.
you should stream
on
that
our
on twitch.tv/dueling joysticks.
yeah. I probably will now that we have that.
And maybe
channel.
we'll start uploading videos to our YouTube account at fill it in.
YouTube dueling joysticks on YouTube.
Look up dueling joysticks on YouTube.
We're gonna do that at the end.
Be careful on what comes up.
Get the spelling right.
Save search on.
All right, people of the internet, that's going to do it for us on episode 5 of your new favorite gaming podcast, Dueling Joysticks.
If you want more of us, and because you just can't get enough of us because we're just so lovable and funny, please visit our website at duelingjoysticks.com.
And at Twitch, at twitch.tv/duelingjoysticks.
You can also find us on Twitter. Handle is at duelingjoysticks. That's STIX. Thank you guys so much.
Yay, we did it. Bye.